Jack Coppinger here for the California Winter League. Next to me is Mike Berger. He's the Vice President and Assistant General Manager of the Miami Marlins, and his son Nick is playing here in the California Winter League for the Washington Blue Sox. Mike, how are you enjoying Palm Springs so far?
Oh, Jack, it's tremendous. You know, Pittsburgh is home. That's where I'm born and raised and still reside, although do have a place in Florida as well. Once you get old, you'll figure that one out. But this is heaven on earth, not just the city itself and the beauty, but the fact that you can see 3 or 4 ball games a day. Tremendous.
It's absolutely wonderful out here. I love it too. Your son Nick playing in this league. He's playing first base and outfield for the Blue Sox. How did you come to the decision to have him come out here and join us?
Well, it was his decision. Nick's a college graduate. Went to Duquesne University and then the University of Pittsburgh. Got a master's degree, and back in this past August, he said, you know, I have an itch that I want to scratch, basically. Having been raised in the sport, having had some injuries throughout college, he's finally healthy, and he said, you know, I want to give this thing a try. And said, by all means, do it. And knowing of this league the way I do from the scouting circles, he identified it on his own through word of mouth and through website, and I said, do it. I mean, it's what you want to do it. And as we all know, Jack, being in this business, whether it's baseball, football, hockey, stranger things have happened in the world of sports, and you never stand. I don't believe standing in anyone's way if they have something they want to pursue.
As a parent, what does it mean to you to have the opportunity to see your son out here in front of scouts playing baseball and getting a chance to live that dream?
Yeah, it's. I got to admit, Jack, it's special. You know, you have flashbacks of when they were, you know, when he and his brother were little ones playing t-ball, playing little league, then morphing into high school and college, and it goes by in the blink of an eye. And now you come out here and he's 26 years old and he's playing in an organized league, and you see evaluators and evaluators that I played with out here. There are a handful of guys that I either played with or against, and that's when you know you're really getting old as well. But no, it's an absolute thrill, and from a professional point of view, it's tremendous to get out here the way you have things laid out. 2 games going at one time within a stone's throw of one another, and you can just sit there, pick and choose, looking at body types, looking at arm actions, deliveries, and actually do your job as well.
That's pretty great. And so far in your career, you've been a player, you've been a coach, been a manager, and now you're in scouting with the Marlins. So like you mentioned, you've been out here watching ball games. So what specifically are you looking for from these players?
Well, Jack, I think basically you're just looking at how comfortable guys are, how comfortable they are in a batter's box, how comfortable they are in a pitcher's mound at their position, just how easy they do things more than anything. And it's in some ways it's challenging when you're seeing upwards of 50, 60 players a day with very little background. You know, I'm just coming in basically and just looking at body types, looking at the way, you know, the way their tools play just between innings or during batting practice or infield, and basically tuning everything out and just tapping into your instincts. You know, this is, as you mentioned, this is 38 years for me, and I don't have all the answers, but I like to think I have a few of them. And I think oftentimes if you just tune out the noise, come in with an open mind, and realize that there could be somebody here that's going to be playing in the big leagues in the next 2 years, and if you just keep an open mind, open set of eyes, and just let them come to you.
You played 13 seasons of minor league baseball. And back when you played, there were not a lot of independent baseball opportunities. The explosion really starting in 1993 with the Northern League and the Frontier League, which the California Winter League is affiliated with through an agreement. Now that there are so many more places for players to play, what does that really offer for players? Do they get more opportunities because of it?
Oh, absolutely. And, you know, I can only speak for the Miami Marlins. The one thing I would let the players here know, especially if they see this interview, is the Miami Marlins. Maybe we're a little late to the game, but we've staffed an independent league scouting department for this very reason, to see this league, to see the Frontier League, to see all the leagues, because we realize that year in, year out, there are players who you've had this winter who are jumping back into the pipeline or getting in for the first time, and they're having productive minor league careers, and there are a handful of them that are getting all the way to the big leagues. And the one thing we remind ourselves constantly, Jack, on the evaluation side is you never know for sure where a guy's going to come from, and they may not always do it on your terms. They may develop late. And again, you look at it in other sports too. There are instances where players were just they burst onto the scene from really nowhere, and now all of a sudden they're in the big leagues beating your butt on a regular basis. So you never know where they're going to come from, and if you're at a ballpark, if you're an evaluator and you're at a ballpark, you've got half the battle covered. You're seeing players.
Getting back to your son, Nick, who's playing for the Blue Sox so far in the California Winter League. What has he told you about his experience here so far?
Can honestly tell you, he mentioned it to me last night, he loves it. He absolutely loves it. And may the Lord strike me dead with lightning if I'm lying to you right now. He absolutely loves it. It's pro style. It's structured. It's organized. The other thing I've mentioned is everyone I've seen out here in uniform belongs in uniform. You can see where there's something they do. There's a run tool, there's a throw tool, there's a power tool. It may be a little incomplete, but last I checked, even at the big league level, there's no perfect product up there. So he's really enjoyed the experience. Again, the structure of it, the weather is obviously conducive to playing this sport morning, noon, and night. And it's as I said, it's been a very rewarding experience for him up to this point.
So you would recommend to players that this is a place to come out and play if they want to get seen and get signed?
Yeah, what else are you going to do in the winter? And again, it's this league in particular. It's structured. If you walk, as I mentioned today, you walk into a ballpark here, and you're walking into a minor league park because there's batting practice on field 2. Dan Roan was hitting fly balls to it looked like a team that had the day off. Mm-hmm. So they're doing outfield work, ground ball work. And as an evaluator, it's there on a platter for you coming out here. And as I said, you pick and choose, start looking at players and figure out who may jump out at you, and then make your own decisions.
Well, Mike, thank you for sitting down with me, and we really appreciate you coming out here and joining us in Palm Springs.
You're welcome. And Jack, congratulations to you as well.
Thank you very much.
You got your career launched here in the Winter League. And,
I did.
And congratulations, and enjoy the Bronx.
Well, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
For the California Winter League, I'm Jack Coppinger. For more information, go to CaliforniaWinterLeague.com.